Hello guys, welcome to the today's video. So today's video I want to talk about support resistance continuation pattern, the sell model. We have like three patterns, but we're gonna cover the first pattern. Yeah. So generally it looks like this, but I'm gonna repeat the process so that you can see. Yeah, so let's start. Yeah, hope I'm clear. Yeah, let me start the Facebook live, so that even the Facebook viewers can. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, let's start on how to trade this sell continuation pattern. Yeah. So the first thing I'll always tell you about is to find a significant level. So the price must form a very significant level. So we shall adjust so that it should look something good. If not, yeah. So let me adjust something. Yeah. So close to this. Just want to continue the safest setup to trade, or the easiest, because you are just riding the trade. Yeah, so your zone must be on a very significant level. Yeah, so first thing is to identify a very significant level like this one. Yeah, lot of support, and some resistance. Yeah. So your zone must be very significant. Yeah. Your zone must be very significant. Yeah. So those are support. Yeah. So what you wait for? Yeah, let's just label for the sake of. So these are significant zone. SSR. Yeah, because we see there is first touch, second, there is this flip, this was a resistance, became support, Yeah, so the zone is significant. So what you wait for is a breakout of that zone. So you wait for the price to break, or the break of structure, or the change of character. Yeah, you wait for the change of character, or the BMS. yeah, whatever you call it. Just wait for that change of character. Then a supply, on this case, it will be a supply level. Yeah, a supply level will be created on that significant level. Yeah, yeah. So after the break, you're gonna wait for the retest. Then after the retest, they will form a supply level. Okay. Remember, we are not trading these breakout. You can trade it, but it's not that safe because you know you have not confirmed if the price is actually reversing up there. Yeah, so you don't want to trade this. You're just waiting for the supply to be created. Yeah, and the supply can be in form of in form of the supply will be in form of drop, the DBD. Yeah, the drop base drop supply will be created. So that is the second characteristics you are looking for here. The first one was a significant level. The second is a supply to be formed. Yeah, yeah. So after that, the entry will be on that. You wait for the price to return on that level. You see? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's that simple. Yeah. So for me, I usually use the weeks for the entry. Yeah. So in case your drop has a week, you just take the 50% of the week. Yeah, and you use it as your entry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or you can. It depends. It also depends with the stop loss size. If your stop loss is around 15 pips, you can, you know, you can find that the supply zone has a week of around 20 pips. Yeah, you don't want to trade a setup of 20 pips. That's much. So what you do, you try to refine. You can take the 50%. You can now look to the lower time frame and look for supply within the supply zone within a higher time frame supply. Yeah, yeah. So those are the things you look at to reduce your risk. Because a trade of 20 pips, it's much. 20 pips stop loss is much. Yeah. So for the take profit, this will be a take profit one. This is low. So this will be the TP one. Yeah, so you pay yourself something you can hold, but that's always where you take your 80 to 90% profit. Yeah, yeah. So this is the model one. I'm gonna teach about three models or two. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So this is the easiest setup to trade. Continuation, because you are riding along the trade. Yeah, yeah. So the characteristics, let's list them. So number one, a trading market, bearish trading market, bearish trading market. I hope my voice is clear because I'm in obviously a noisy place. uh, so a bearish market is the first thing to look at. Then you should have you should identify a significant level after the change of character, all BOS, all MSB, whatever you call it. Yeah, so after the BMS or this change of character, you look for, let's reduce this font size to about 20. 20 ni kidogo, it's better. Yeah, you identify a significant level after the BOS or the change of character. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's write something here. That's the change of character. Yeah, so number three, Number three is you identify, identify the DBD supply zone created after the change of character. Remember, it's after, not before. If the price does not form a supply zone after breaking the structure here, the support, that will not be tradable. So you have to wait for a supply to be formed after the break of this support. Remember, we retailers are waiting to buy at this support. So they first break it to hunt our stop losses, and they form a supply here and continue dropping. Yeah, so you wait for this breakout, then a supply is formed, then yeah, so that's going to be key. It's after. Yeah, so yeah, number four, wait. Number four, we can say, yeah, entry is the entry, by the way, entry at the return to the support resistance strip zone. Yeah, at that drop supply. Yeah, you can use, if to reduce your risk, you can use the 50% of the weeks. That is when the stop loss is allowed 20 pips. If it's 10 pips, it's okay. But if it's more than 15 pips, you have to refine your entry. Yeah, and as usual, if this is let's say if this is a H4 time frame, yeah, let's say this is a 4 hour. Let's assume this is a 4 hour setup. Yeah, so as usual on the lower time frame, you can wait for something like this here. You can wait for something like, so on the lower time frame you can wait for something like this. Not that one, it's there. So on the lower time frame you can wait for something like, when the price reach your POI, you can narrow to M5 or M15 and wait for something like a high to be formed, a low, a higher high, then a lower low below the previous low, then entry at this QM level. See, you can wait for something like that on the lower time frame to get a sharp, the entry that have a small drawdown, so that you can maximize your risk. Yeah, so you can wait for that kind of lower time frame entry. Yeah, remember it's a continuation pattern, so you have to identify a trading market, which in this case is a bearish trading market. Yeah, so number two, identify a significant level after the change of character. Yeah, this is our significant level. Yeah, so number three, identify the drop supply zone created after the change of character. After, yeah, it's after, so you must see a breakout then, form of supply. Then enter at the return of the support resistance flip zone, or this zone, or this drop based supply. To reduce your risk, you can use the 50% of the weeks. Obviously zinakuanga na weeks, they usually have weeks, so you can use the 50% of the weeks for the entry. Yeah, as usual, lower time frame confirmations, if need be. Sometimes you can just If your zone has a lot of weight, you can just enter entry. Yeah, if a zone has a lot of weight, you can weigh your zone and see like this zone is, yeah, yeah. So why we don't enter here? It's because we don't know if this is a true break retest. Yeah? So we want this one which has already confirmed now. We have broken out. Yeah, so this retest, boom. So this is the true retest for me. Yeah. Okay, so for this model, we are using the drop supply. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see how many minutes are those. I don't want to use your time. It's Monday. It's time to look for setups. 16 minutes. Yeah, so that's the model one. I'm gonna cover like two models of sell or three, then two models of buy on separate videos for the purpose of stacking confusion. Yeah, to avoid a lot of confusion. Yeah. So this is the model one. Yeah. Thanks guys for watching. Yeah, as usual, support the channel by sharing our link, subscribing, liking, commenting. Yeah, if there is something you want us to cover, you can contact our admins in all our platforms, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Yeah, so guys, keep sharing our content. Yeah, and I wish you a peaceful trading week ahead. Yeah. So before I end the video, I can show you guys the setups I'm waiting for. There is two setups I'm actually waiting for, so I can just show you a bit. Something smaller. Yeah, so I'm on this DU level. Actually, I gave out this trade. Yeah, I gave out this trade like in all our platforms. So there was this support. Yeah, so I said if they break this support, they're gonna retest and continue to this buy zone. As usual, a week. This is the week. This is the demand zone. So 50% of this week, this will be our demand zone. Conference 50%, Fibonacci 80 levels. Yeah, so it have a lot of conferences. For the retest, it's not a must they do the retest on this time frame. They can do it on the M15 on M5. So you have to be keen. Yeah, it will be a smooth 60 pips here. Clean. Yeah, then there is this sell zone where we selling on this zone. As you can see, the price formed fake outs on this supply level. Yeah, so it's automatically they will go for the upper levels, the higher levels. Yeah, after this, so this after they liquidate these equal highs. As you can see, we had a trend line liquidity here. Yeah. This was not part of the video, but I wanted to show you guys the setups I'm waiting for. The next is the Euro NZD. Yeah, and the Euro NZD, I'm waiting for a setup on M30. I think it's M30. Yeah, automatic. Yeah, so as you can see, we have the price has already formed a fake out. So this is a return to a failed QM. If you've been watching my videos, this one I called it a return to failed HNS pattern. So this was the HNS pattern here. This one. Let me put an ellipse so that everyone can see. This is the failed one. This is a head and shoulder pattern, the inverted head and shoulder patterns. So the price was to be pushed up and break this neckline and proceed up, but it failed. So when the price returns to that zone, it usually reverse. Yeah, because they just because obviously they trapped some buyers here, because there was the pattern. We know the retail pattern is to buy, but they sold at this zone, so it's usually this is where they trapped the buyers last trade. So when they return there, They always give a good reaction. And the characteristic of this trade is that we must see a clean breakout out of this zone. Yeah, so that's a thing we have to look for. Yeah, so guys, I'll see you on the next video. Keep sharing our content. Yeah, thank you.